Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 3 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we do have some unfortunate news to bring you. The accident we reported on last hour, unfortunately, one of the men involved was the mayor of Aurora. The Highway Patrol says the mishap happened on Highway 13 and 11 near Bethel shortly after 10 a.m. earlier this morning. The town confirms, that is the town of Aurora, confirms that Cliff Williams, the town's mayor, died in the crash. Troopers say the 70-year-old Williams was heading north when his pickup truck crossed the median and collided with another truck driven by 67-year-old Timothy Hutchinson of Winterville. Now both men died at the scene, and troopers are still investigating why Williams' truck went into the median. Unfortunately, we now need to turn to another sad story. And now a man who is facing a murder charge is now being accused of threatening the prosecutor in that case. Robert Reed was charged today with 2 counts of threatening a court officer by the SBI. The 25-year-old Covington, Georgia man is awaiting trial for the February 20th, 2023 murder of 80-year-old Lan Rawls and critically wounding 62-year-old Rochelle Harrell, her caregiver. It happened at the victim's home on Commerce Street in Allander. Warrants say Reed made threats last Monday by mailing a letter to an assistant district attorney threatening, quote, very disturbing consequences, end quote, for handling the case. Just last month, Reed's 2 lawyers asked a judge to remove them from the case. Reasons for the removal were not listed in the court order. Bertie County Sheriff Tyrone Ruffin is having a news conference later on this afternoon to discuss those additional charges. And now we want to turn to your weather forecast. It has been a gray day across the coast, and rain showers have accompanied those clouds. Inland areas have seen a little bit more sunshine. We've kind of had quite the spread of air temperatures. Some areas have stayed in the upper 60s. Others have made it all the way into the low 80s. So quite the spread if you're watching across eastern North Carolina and wondering, okay, well, what's the high today? Well, it's all location dependent. If you're watching from the Outer Banks, the high today is going to be in the upper 60s. If you're watching closer to I-95, the high could be closer to around 80 degrees. Now, again, as we make our way through, really not just the next, few hours, but really through the next 36 hours, today, tonight, and into tomorrow, our forecast really isn't going to be changing all that much. We've got, again, heavy rain off of our coast right now. Again, that's continuing to envelop the Outer Banks from essentially Oregon Inlet all the way down to past Hatteras Island, all the way down almost to the south end of Ocracoke. Now let's take you again to what we're seeing as far as sky conditions go. Again, it is certainly gray outside. Some areas have certainly seen some sunshine, others have not. Right now, Washington not seeing that sunshine. 74 degrees comes with a northerly breeze at 13 miles an hour. Winds have also been strong throughout the area today. Again, highlighting our temperature spread. Right now it is 69 degrees in Elizabeth City, Manteo, and Hatteras. You take your attention all the way to the other side of the map. Kenansville right now showing up at 81 degrees. And that's not a fluke because Goldsboro right now sitting at 78 degrees. We've got 79 in Kinston as well as Rocky Mount. So there certainly is some heat present in eastern North Carolina. It's just not spread everywhere. Some of us are feeling it, others are not. Everyone right now, though, is feeling a noticeable breeze out of the northeast. These winds have sustained themselves at this point up to around 10 to 20 miles an hour across eastern North Carolina so far this afternoon. And we've even seen some areas get even higher than that in terms of your sustained wind speeds. Gusts have been even higher. Right now, we've got a 20-mile-an-hour sustained breeze in Beaufort along with Greenville. Elizabeth City and Stumpy Point both coming in at 18-mile-an-hour sustained winds. Manteo, though, 26 miles an hour is the current wind speed. And that comes with a gust of 37 miles an hour. Similar story in Hatteras. The gusts have also been breezy today, to say the least. Now, as we head through tonight, those winds really aren't going to show a whole lot of relaxation, likely going to be maintaining those high wind speeds overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. But more importantly, it's the rain showers that have our attention. That's why tonight and tomorrow are first alert weather night and day, because of the rain showers, because of the threat of some isolated flash flooding issues that could occur for those of you watching on the eastern side of Highway 17, particularly those of you watching around the Albemarle Sound. I think if we have any sort of really good chance of flooding, it's going to be those areas from Elizabeth City to Edenton to Windsor, Williamston, Plymouth, even Columbia, all of Dare County, even portions of, I would say, Hyde County, Slade,ville, Scranton. Those of you watching kind of closer to the Pungo River may end up again seeing some heavier rainfall, and that could again lead to some isolated flooding tonight through tomorrow morning. It's important to note, if you are doing any driving tonight, or maybe you or a loved one maybe out and about on the eastern side of 17 driving at night, make sure they understand, again, that they may run into some ponding on the roads, and to take it easy, to take it slow, and understand that there is certainly some dangers around. Now, that area of low pressure will slowly try to work its way northward over the next few days, eventually pulling its way in its rain field out of eastern North Carolina by the time we get to Thursday, more so Friday, later on this week. But even on Wednesday morning by 9 a.m., with the center of that low set up over Delaware, it will still be close enough to give us some rain chances along and north of Highway 264. Probably won't be affecting the Crystal Coast, but areas around the Albemarle Sound will again certainly see an opportunity for some more rain showers. We also want to highlight the area of concern in the deep Atlantic. Right now, this area of concern has a 40% chance of tropical development over the next 48 hours. Over the next 7 days, that goes up to about an 80 to 90% chance, a high chance at that. So that's certainly something we're going to continue to monitor, but not something we need to worry about within the next 8 days. None of that system's impacts are a part of our 8-day forecast, so good news in that regard. But for those of you itching for more sunshine, unfortunately, you're not going to get much of it for tomorrow. You'll see a little bit more sunshine coming up Wednesday afternoon to Wednesday evening. And then by the time we get to Thursday and Friday, the clouds will be taking a back seat to that sunshine, leaving us with warming temperatures as we work our way into the upcoming weekend. That's all we have time for today's 3 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic day.